again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to Call of War. Today I'm recruiting you for a 100-player online multiplayer battle for dominance. World domination, really, as we play Call of War, sponsored by Call of War today. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here and tuning in. This is an online grand strategy game that you can play for free either on your browser or on your phone, and it is quite interesting, and many of you have been telling me and asking me and begging me to play many World War II games, particularly that of grand strategy types where you command a nation, resources, and of course it's military, and this might be a good way to finally get our feet wet and get into it. So for those of you who are very familiar with these types of games, I think you're really going to love Call of War. And if you want to fight against me right now, we're waiting for 100 people to join, to which 6 of my friends have already joined, and we've started an alliance. So if you want to fight against me, don't worry. All you've got to do is go into your web browser and go to New Games, and then type in, and don't worry, I'll put all this information down below in the description, 2845533, and you can find my game right now where 6 players are already ready to go. Things won't begin until it's full, so don't you worry. And again, thanks to Call of War for sponsoring today's video, where also they let me know that you guys can check the link down below in the description to get 20,000 free gold and 2 months of premium that you can use to basically fight me. Come at me, bro, because right now we've got a game going on very soon. This game is quite interesting in terms of it having a lot more detail than I thought it would. There's a really big community here and a lot of community events as well. In fact, as I showed before, there's quite a few games going that not only take place in Europe itself, but also there's World War battles, and then of course those of the Pacific. So if you want to fight in a specific campaign or theater, you can definitely do that, and then of course there's different years that you can fight in as well, which is quite interesting. So you can play historical games, or you can make up your own. Keep in mind, in our multiplayer game, there's 100 different nations, so we had to split things in, to make sure that like the Soviet Union's not so powerful. We'll get into that very soon. But the game has a pretty big tech tree of over, I believe, 120 different units, and there's even special weapons such as atomic bombs and even railroad cannons, such as the Schwer Gustav, the gigantic railgun, and atomic bombs can go flying, bombers, special weapons that are probably beyond your wildest dreams will be used against you and against your enemies too. There's historical and fictional maps and scenarios to play too, so that's quite interesting. And as I mentioned, there's even things that you can buy if you'd like to. If you get into the game and get addicted, then definitely go ahead and check it out so you can make your army more powerful. Really cool feature about this game, by the way, is when you go to launch your attacks, or when you go to create your army or something, you can do it at home or on your phone. It is available on Android and iOS. So if, for example, you're at home and you build a giant army, and then you got to go and you can't quite launch the attack, you pop out your phone, and then you can keep playing the same game that you were just playing on your phone. So there's kind of a cross-platform use to it, where you can log in and then continue your games. And of course, everything's in real time, so if you start moving your tanks and troops to the border and you need to launch an attack simultaneously with your friends, well, it's going to take place in real time, and then, as I mentioned, a few hours later when everybody's ready to attack, you can synchronize your attacks. Out to dinner with friends or something like that, grab your phones and launch an attack against Finland or Italy or the US and start conquering territories, and not have to be constrained by having to be home or playing an 8-hour straight game, that type of thing. That's kind of I don't have a lot of time, and that's something that's a big drawback for these types of grand strategy games for me, is that I don't have all the time in the world to play these long, drawn-out games. Some of them are probably short, or maybe I'm just, understanding it incorrectly. But this is nice, for me at least, to be able to play a few hours a day in terms of minutes. 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 5 here and there. And next thing you know, you've conquered the world. So join my game now. Again, remember that code is 2845533. I'll put it down below in the description, as well as the link to get that free premium. And then, of course, you guys can start playing. Now, check this out. This is the game, and this is really promising. Check this out. We've got all of Germany to command. That's who I'm playing as. And we can start launching all of our attacks right away, or building up our armies. So those of you who play games like Hearts of Iron or whatnot will definitely be ready to go at any time. You guys know what you're doing. I don't, so this will be a learning experience for me, but I've got 6 of my friends ready to go in Scandinavia, and I think even somebody's taking Japan, who knows. But it's first come, first serve, and as you can see, all these territories are cut up so that way many people can join us. So you've got I don't know if you can see the nations, but there should be a way to be able to see all the flags and things like that. There's even an in-game tutorial that you can play with other players against the AI, so if you're not very skilled or if you're not sure how to play, you can definitely go and do that. I was playing as Sweden for a little while, and of course it's really easy to reinforce your troops and get things going. It's a very simple game to play, but very difficult to master, so it's really nice to welcome new people to this. This actually reminds me of games like Unity of Command and other hexagon-based games, so I'm starting to understand more and more why people are really liking these types of games. So our game is taking place, I think it's 1939. The war hasn't begun yet, but everything should be neutral. So everybody's basically starting at peace. The world is at peace for once, but hell is about to, well, it's about to be hell and high water very soon, I would imagine. So we'll get into a lot more of this later. I can't show my moves. But what I will do is in about a week, we'll make another video showing everybody's progress. So hopefully we see me and my friends dominating the world, or perhaps a lot of you pros who want to squash us will probably turn the tide of battle. But again, the game will only begin when 100 people have joined. So everybody can join for free. If you literally are watching this on a toaster, you can definitely play. It takes 0 CPU or anything like that, so if not having a great computer is something that holds you back, come join us. It should be a lot of fun. I would like somebody to take Luxembourg, please. If somebody watching now could take Luxembourg, that'd be hilarious. Especially if you take Cologne and then Berlin, and I'm out. That would be absolutely hilarious. But anyway, let's go back to the game here and take a look at the other game that I'm running is Sweden, just to take a look at my moves. And we'll see here. There's a nice little loading screen to the game, and of course a few ads for things that they want you to download or whatnot, which is totally fine. Ads for premium and whatnot. They're a company. They need to make business money too. They're a business, so it makes sense. As you can see here, I've already got a battle going where I've started to move units, and I have more tanks that I can command, and then of course send them to the border. So we'll see. Oh, it looks like they have to move through the mountains. Terrain also affects your units. There's a lot of things to consider here. It's not as simple as it seems, but as I mentioned, they move in real time. Different terrain will affect the combat. There are aircraft, there are ships, there are tanks and troops, so if you want to move people around, you're definitely welcome to do that and get them to the border. I've already launched an attack here. I'm just waiting for, as I'm recording this video while I'm waiting to launch my attack, so I'm going to hit I'm going to hit Oslo with artillery, and well, actually the outskirts of Oslo, and then start pushing north. So I'm going to hit him with artillery and infantry, and then swing in with the tanks and see how it works. But anyway, there's a lot of fun to be had here, I'm hoping, and I really want to see the multiplayer match kick off and be a lot of fun. And typically there's so many viewers and such that not everybody gets to play at the same time. But anyway, feel free to join at any time, and the next week we'll get started, and then we'll see exactly who reigns supreme. So we're back on our Germany map again, and hopefully I'll be pushing towards, I think somebody is also taking France, so I'm probably going to swoop into Budapest and all these different countries here, probably north of Turkey, and then swing upwards. Who knows? I don't know. And no battle plan survives contact with the enemy, if that's one thing we all know. So again, you can download everything you need to, or rather, well, I keep saying download, but you can register for free with the links down below in the description, and then I'll give you week-by-week updates. We're also going to do a second game, too, a more free-for-all, a battle royale, if you will. And so next time I'll probably take some random country in Asia and battle it over there, too. So 2 opportunities to join. Again, check the link down below in order to get that. Literally, it's free. It's free money in terms of premium, and also the premium account and the 20,000 gold. You're certainly going to want that. So lots of research to be done in this game too. Diplomacy, newspaper to read, which tells you about recent moves and who is who. So you can see that my friend Daniel's Finland. Somebody has taken France, and everybody else is just starting to join. There's a lot of countries in this game for you to pick as. So if you want to be Chancellor of California, go for it. There's California, Alberta, Ontario, Quebec. Looks like a lot of the U.S. states are their own countries because they're so big. But then, of course, Japan, Korea, South China, lots of things to take. So there's a lot of territory to be claimed right now, and a lot of territory to conquer through battle. Ooh, even Central Australia. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how much Australia is divided into. Is it current? Nope. It is divided into just what, 4 territories? 4 territories. Oh, actually, is this part of it as well? I don't know if that's it's separate thing there. Tasmania. I don't know if that's part of this section or not. But anyway, lots of territory to take, lots of territory to conquer. So hopefully we have ourselves a fun battle. And I'm looking forward to giving you guys the sit reps, the updates from the battlefield every week or so. and we'll start a new game pretty soon as well. So anyway, if you guys would like to download this game, let me know if you'd like to see more games like this, and suggest other types of content, other types of grand strategy games you'd like to see me play, especially those of World War II. And of course, if you have any helpful hints, I have a few friends who've told me they've played this game before and they're quite addicted to it. So I'm looking forward to speaking with Zero Hero and a few other people who've played and want to give me some hot tips. So that's good for me. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching today's video. Thanks to Call of War for sponsoring today's video, and I hope to see you guys on the battlefield, preferably under my tank treads and boots, but I think it's going to be the other way around. All right, have a great day. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everyone.